Hi there! In this video I'm going to show you how to take this cute charm and add some color and sparkly crystal dangles and make it into a really fun necklace to wear. So in making this necklace I decided to take advantage of the great pictorial nature of this charm from House of Gems. It's called Alice, and if you look closely you can see all the details from the Alice in Wonderland story. There's the little girl Alice, there's the Cheshire Cat, there's a rose, there's some of the suits from the playing cards, a teapot. It's really quite cute. This sign is very difficult to read, but it says, "Where should I go?" And then this little arrow helpfully says, "There." Now I decided to color my charm, and maybe you didn't realize you could do that. I'm going to be using this product. It's called Metallic Rub-Ons. It's a wax-based product, and I'll have another video out soon showing you how you can use a variety of products to color your metal charms. But, like for example, I'm just going to take a little bit of a Q-tip and color her dress blue. And color her bow. You don't have to get real detailed with it, just kind of give the impression of color in the places that you want it. Of course, the rose needs to be red, because that's what the Red Queen wanted, right? Red roses, not white ones. And so on. You just keep going. And if you want more depth of color, you can just add it in layers. Let it dry a little bit in between applications and then add another layer to make it the depth of color that you want. But this step is totally optional. You can just leave your piece as is and it will be quite cute and wonderful. But I'll show you one with the coloring all done in a moment. Another thing you'll want to notice about this particular charm is that there are spaces for little 1mm rhinestones. I didn't have any that were that small, so what I've chosen to use are these little tiny seed beads. They're 11 O's, which means that 11 of them strung together will equal an inch. So these, or even 15s, would be good. And what I did was I just used a drop of super glue, tiniest drop possible, and glued them into these little spaces. Like I said, you could use little pointed back rhinestones. That's what is meant to fit in there. Little tiny pearls, anything you have just to accent and add some sparkle. So here's a pendant that I've already colored and added my little beads to. And then you can see I've also started adding some crystal dangles. Now what you'll need to accent this, besides the little seed beads or crystals, you'll need a few 6mm Swarovski crystals. I just have some colors here that I liked. You'll need some very fine chain. This is 13 links to the inch chain. You'll only need a couple inches of it, but leave it in long lengths. I'll show you why. You'll need some head pins, some jump rings, and then to finish your necklace, just a length of chain that you like with a jump ring and lobster clasp attached, and then one final jump ring to add your charm to your necklace. So I've done all of these crystals, and I just have one more wire wrapped loop to make. And I'll show you how to do that. You slide the head pin onto your crystal, slide your crystal under your head pin, grab that head pin with round chain nose pliers and give it a bend. Grasp that bend with your round nose pliers and make a loop. Reposition, finish the loop. So now that wire's at a 90-degree angle from where you started. And this is why we're going to leave our chain in long lengths, because if you look at the dangles I already have on here, I think the longest one is 6 links of chain. The shortest is only 2. So these are very small and difficult to handle in that length. So what we'll do is we'll leave our chain the longer length and then trim it down to the size we need. It's much easier to do it that way. So always add your chain to your loop before you close it up. Hold that with one pair of chain nose pliers and then use another pair to wrap that excess wire around the bit of wire that's coming out of the bead. Trim off any wire and tuck in the end with pliers and make sure your loop is nice and straight. And now you can hold your piece up to your charm and decide how long you want that dangle to be. So I'll make mine about this long, probably about 3 links, and then you can put your wire cutters right in there and cut off the bit that you don't need. There. You can see why we want to handle the chain long, because that's just so tiny. And then to attach your dangle to your charm, use your chain nose pliers to open out a jump ring. Use a 6mm jump rings and open it nice and wide because it has to fit over this kind of wide part of the charm. Add your dangle. Add it to your charm, which we're really turning into a pendant. Make sure that's closed nice and securely. And there you go, some really cute accents. I'm going to use this oval jump ring as a bail because it slides really nicely over the length of chain. So I'm just going to put it over my necklace chain and through the loop on top of my pendant now, and your necklace is done. A really cute and unique project. I hope I've given you some ideas for ways you can use charms, not just for bracelets, but to make yourself quite the focal point.